In this video, we will show you how to set up the Godfather Manufacturing feeding flock motion decoy system. The first thing we do is drill a 1/4 inch hole in the rear end of the decoy, approximately 5.5 inches from the center of the stake hole. Next, using a number 6 screw, we attach the cable clamp with a 5/8 ring to the chest of the decoy, 4 5/8 inch from the center of the stake hole. Next, we cut 6 pieces of 3/32 shot cord, approximately 24 inches long. Tie the shot cord into a loop, feeding the loop through the cord at the end of the ball. Feed the shot cord ball assembly through the 1/4 inch hole that was previously drilled in the rear end of the decoy, and attach a clip hook to the shot cord loop. Step 2 is preparation of the motion stake. Cut 6 pieces of the 1/8 inch black rope, approximately 24 inches long. Tie one 5/8 inch ring to one end. Tie one clip hook to the other end. Next, we prepare the decoy pull cord. Cut 6 pieces of the 65-pound braided line into varying lengths from 15 to 30 feet. Tie one clip hook to one end of the braided line. Feed the opposite end of the braided line through one of the 1/4 inch holes in the motion stake and tie on another clip hook. As aforementioned, there are 3 holes to choose from in the motion stake. The hole nearest the stake will produce the least amount of motion. The middle hole will give you the middle amount of motion, and the hole furthest away from the stake will give you the most action. As a starting point, set up 2 stakes of each action. Final adjustments can be made later. You then reel the braided line onto the flat surface of the stake. Clip the 5/8 inch ring of the black leader assembly to the braided line. To prevent spool from unraveling, secure the braided line with a rubber band. Step 3 will include the field installation. The remaining 1/8 inch black rope will be your main pull cord running to your blind. Tie the 1.5 inch ring to the 1/8 inch black rope. The 1.5 inch ring will be the point at which the 6 decoy pull cords will be attached. Temporarily secure the 1.5 inch ring to the ground. It is important this does not move when attaching the 6 decoy pull cords. Place the extra stake motion provided 6 inches ahead of the 1.5 inch ring. This will be used to centralize the 6 decoy pull cords. Feed the 1/8 inch black leader from the stake spool through the large hole in the bottom of the centralized stake and attach the snap clip to the 1.5 inch ring. Next, you unspool your motion stake pull cord. Allow approximately 12 inches of the pull cord to extend past the stake and push the stake into the ground. Place the decoy on the stake. You then attach the clip hook on the pull cord to the 5/8 ring on the decoy's chest. Attach the clip hook on the shot cord to one of the 3 pin slots on the motion stake. Adjust the shot cord length by retying the loop if necessary. The cord should be snug but not tight. Repeat this process for all 6 decoys. At the centralized stake, adjust the tension of the pull cord by retying the 1/8 inch black leader on the 5/8 inch ring. All pull cords should be snug but yet not tight. All cords should also have roughly the same amount of tension. Unsecure the 1.5 inch ring from the ground. Next, we will discuss some tips and tricks of the field installation. The intensity of the motion can be controlled by which hole the pull cord is fed through the stake and which pin the shot cord is attached to. For example, if the pull cord and the shot cord are both in center positions, then the decoy's action will resemble a straightforward pecking motion. If the pull cord is left in the middle position and the shot cord is moved to one side or the other, then the decoy will create a rotating pecking action in the opposite direction. Another example would be the pull cord and a shot cord in positions opposite to one another. This will produce a maximum amount of rotating motion. A slow, steady pull produces a more realistic action. If your motion stake is flexing quite a bit and rocking back and forth when pulling on the main line, there are several possible remedies. First, make sure you're not pulling too hard on the main line. Next, examine your decoy pull cord and shot cord to ensure they are not too tight. If your adjustments do not cure this flexing, turn your stake so that the flat of the stake is parallel to the pull cord. If you are getting an unrealistic snapping motion when releasing the cord, this typically means your shot cord is too tight. Stakes should be pressed firmly into the ground as deep as possible up to the bottom of the flat part of the stake. In frozen ground, you can use a battery drill with a 1/2 inch bit to pre-drill a hole to help penetration of the soil.